Sometimes you can try so hard at something. Sometimes you can be so prepared and still fail. And with every time you fail, it's painful. It causes sadness. And especially as I saw last night, it causes disappointment. I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up.
Every single person you see that has something you want got there through pain, struggle, adversity, blood, sweat, and tears. Nothing worthwhile comes easy in this life. It's not going to be easy, but if you're willing to fortify your mind, your spirit, and push yourself harder than you may ever have in order to get to a point where you can be in your own version of paradise, it will be worth every bit of that effort.
There's going to be more times you do something that you don't want to do than you are going to want to do it. And that's your new norm. That's your new norm. So then it's like breathing. And then once you do this over and over and over again, it becomes like breathing. I don't want to live this lifestyle, but to get to the other side of this, I have to. So if you really want it, you realize what trying is and what trying is not.
What would have had to have happened in a week for you to look back on that week with pride? Okay, maybe stop breaking promises to yourself. When you say, I'm going to wake up tomorrow at 7 a.m., and when the option comes to hit the snooze button, don't do it. There's one win that you've got for the day. That's action.
Anything you want, you can get, but you have to be honest about it. Because if you don't love it and you ain't willing to die for it, don't do it.
You ain't got to meet me nowhere. I'm coming to get you. And every giant in your life, slay him. You go back and slay him. Don't kill him, slay him.
Britt, what does it mean? In a nutshell, I think it means this. We'll go a little bit longer, we'll push a little harder, and we'll think a little deeper and a little sharper. To me, it means we'll play anywhere. We'll play on grass, we'll play on turf, we'll go to a fucking landfill. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. It means that normally I'm 100%, 85%, man. That's all I need to beat you. I don't care. I will produce and win at 85%.
You have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. He must break the soul or whatever the fuck is in front of him. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless. Nothing.
I realized I was on the right path because it stopped being easy. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm tired but I'm not going to complain because I asked for this So I'm going to smile with tired fucking eyes and realize that everything I'm doing on a daily basis is for a fucking reason.
Listen to me, man. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. But quit tripping during the process. Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning.
Tired don't mean nothing. Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're going to be tired. I don't get tired.
Anybody who's ever became massively successful in any area of life hasn't gotten there until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought their way through tears and trials and tests. And if you want to reach success, you've got to commit yourself to it and put everything you've got in it. If you do that, it will become your reality.
3 days of pain, the rest is easy. So it takes about 3 days to shift the biological mechanisms to make you a morning person. Sunlight, exercise, caffeine and eating, and social interactions bring your circadian clock into alignment with all of those Zeitgebers. If tomorrow you want to start beginning the process of becoming an early riser, you'd set your alarm for 5 a.m. No matter what time you went to sleep the night before, you're going to get up and you're going to do the 4 things that I described. It's going to hurt. And then by the early afternoon, you'll be dragging a bit. and you just have to be careful to not overindulge in caffeine. Then you want to go to sleep at your now naturally slightly earlier sleep time. The next day, you'll notice it'll be a little bit easier to do. And by the third day, you ought to be waking up with or before the alarm by a few minutes or moments.
Work hard, sleep less. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fall over, make a mistake. That oftentimes cripples people on the onset of getting into anything. The first time I ever picked up the DJ decks was horrible. Horrible now. But I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that feeling. It actually propels me. Well, keep your head down. Just keep banging on. You know, that's the most important. I think mountain climbers will probably tell you the same thing. You know, there's no point looking. The difference between climbing 100 feet and climbing 500 feet is a point of view. You won't know you're at the top until you get there, pal. And that's what you need to remember.
I don't care how dark it look for you. I don't care what they done said to you. I don't care what the verdict is. I don't care what the haters say. It ain't over. No matter what happens to you, it ain't over. Ain't no such a thing as over. Do you know, man, that you can actually mess your life completely up? You can jack it all the way up and you can turn around and get it right. Do you know that you can be divorced multiple times and still be okay? Do you understand that you cannot have a degree and still be just fine? Now, whatever you've been through, whatever that is, guess what? You still here. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. Pull yourself together and quit tripping, cause you in the process. God is processing you. He ain't through with you. If he was through with you, you would not wake up in the morning.
When our children are learning how to walk, how many times will your baby attempt to walk and fall and you just say, just sit down, don't try anymore, you've fallen 20 times. Just sit down somewhere, busting your lip and everything, getting in folks' way. When will a baby walk? It will walk when it walks. That's when it will walk. Les, when will you be known nationally as the motivator? I will be known when I'm known. That's when I'll be known. Don't get caught up in, well, I've tried it 4 or 5 times and things didn't work out. If there's something that you want and you're hungry for it, you've got to do whatever is necessary until. And when you give the best you can and that's not enough, you must do what is required. If it's hard, why do people do it? You ask people who do things. People who climb mountains just for the sake of it. Nobody paying them to do it. Just do it. Somebody said, I'm going to run around the world. You said, well, why would somebody want to do that? I'm going to swim the Atlantic Channel. Why? The people who go after that stuff, what makes it worth it? It's got to be your passion. You got to love it. It's got to be what you are supposed to do. You want to sing, and even though they want to invite you to Carnegie Hall, you're going to sing to anybody that listen to you, including singing to yourself. I used to talk to my plants when nobody else would listen to me. You got to write, even if no one published your book, write, because that was given to you to do. You do what it is you're supposed to. You're supposed to build something. You're supposed to create something. I don't know how to do it. Learn. Do whatever is required. It's you. It's on you. You got to make that happen. Nobody's going to bring it to you on a silver platter and say, here's your dream manifested. No, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. It's difficult. Yes, right. And it's worth it.
You're going to die never even trying to reach your full potential. And how's that going to feel? If you wrote a book right now about your life and you gave it to someone, would it change their life for the better? If not, you got to get to work. You got to shut off technology. You got to go here. So go to that dark place. I call it the dark room, where you're alone. No cell phones, no music, no TVs, no computers. You by yourself. Very few people want to be alone anymore. They want to be around noise and people, and you can't think. Be alone. Go to that dark space. In that dark space, shut life off for a little bit and figure out what the fuck you want to be. You don't know what you want to be because you haven't spent real time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Trust me. And once you find that passion and that purpose, your goals, your purpose, everything will just start lining up. And then you'll find the courage to start that journey from that 20 to 100. What if you can't run? give a fuck. It was never about running. Why do you think I run? It's the worst thing. I hate doing it more than anything. Hence the willpower.
Right. Your anterior mid-cingulate cortex
Hence the willpower.
would start to regress if you loved running.
Think about it. Every day I wake up, I don't just run a mile, 2 miles. It's the one thing I hate the most to do, and I do it like I love it. 250, 60, 70, 300-mile runs at one time. No sleep. And every step, when I get to think about this, I get to the fucking start line, cussing at Jennifer. Why the fuck am I here? I hate this shit. After 70 some hours of running, every fucking question I ever had is answered.